Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you for clicking on the video. This is Xiaoxia versus Rush. Xiaoxia, an incredible Chinese player, versus Rush, who I think is one of the best modern Terrans we've ever had. Please like the video, subscribe, and leave a comment. Let me know what you think about this kind of content. We are going to be having more and more casts on my YouTube channel as we're trying to grow this thing. I think we're at 27K subscribers. Hopefully we'll be at 30 soon. And by the way, if you ever want to join me on my Twitch channel, it's Tasteless TV on Twitch. You can watch me cast these games live, as well as watch me ladder. So, we've got Xiaoxia up here at 12 o'clock, and we've got the Terran player down here in the bottom right. Now, this map is quite punishing. Anytime you ever see me cast on this map, we always have to talk about the bridges. 3 bridges to get out of your base. Players can control the other side of the bridge and really inhibit growth and movement on the map. If you do get cut off over there... Wait, I don't want to turn off vision yet. There is a backdoor exit over here. You can mine out these 48 minerals or try to get through the stasis cell prison to get access over here. Conversely, you can also go out this way, but this is another kind of bottleneck-like location that you can be cut off from. So this is a very punishing map. That's really what I'm really trying to get at. And it's very important that you have opportunities that can be created on the map or you're just going to be killed off outright. So, Terran is going to expand out here. Russia really likes this build, actually. It's going to be the depot into barracks and inevitably into a command center, unless we have any kind of cheese where there's like another barracks made over here. We saw C do that earlier in this season of ASL. Xiaoxia, he does like his hatchery first builds. And this game is no exception. Now, we're going to have to wait and see if there's going to be anything crazy. Because right now, this is a bit of a slower start here to this game, right? I mean, both sides are going for macro openers. But just keep in mind, if I could just go back to the map here for a second. There's just not a lot of bases on this map. You've got your natural here. You've got a base that you can try to take out here. And then other than that, this is the typical third that you're more likely to get. And then there's this base over here. So, that's not a big deal for the Terran. Terran don't need that many bases. Although if we do go into a crazy late game, the matchup's kind of funny in that we really can see... the Zerg stays ahead in bases, and then it kind of flips roles. Suddenly the Terran can expand a lot if they start to get map control. But it does mean that Zerg has a hard time finding bases that are safe to take. On 4-player maps, usually you see the Zerg take another main, and then they'll block the natural with lurkers so that you can't just stim and run up. But... here, I mean, it's just not an easy map for Zerg to grow on. This is a very vulnerable base. This is a vulnerable base. This is a vulnerable base. So, when I watch TVZ on this map, I'm always looking at it from the Zerg's perspective. Zerg want to have bases where there's like a very narrow entrance or a ramp entrance for their third base because you could deny anything coming up there with, just 3 or 2 lurkers or something like that. But here it just feels like the Terran has a lot of power. So the 3 Marines are going to move out. Now, he did not find the Overlord. This Overlord was actually set in a pretty good path. But I don't know that Xiaoxia is actually ready for this. I see 4 Zerglings, but Rush is pretty smart. He basically runs up and then runs right back out. The hope is just to deny 2 drones by forcing 2 sets of Zerglings. Here's the second barracks back here. We have the Academy as well being built just down here. Excuse me. And so the game will go on. 2 base Zerg here. Spire almost, well, it's almost to halfway. It's got a little bit of time. Terran, he's going to stay back. He's going to try to play a bit more of a slow game, and I think he should. There's really no way for either side to hurt each other for the time being. No sunk was ever made here, by the way. One thing about Xiaoxia I've noticed, he can be a little bit greedy, but that's also the sign of a very good Zerg when you can, you will not waste a single drone trying to make a creep colony or anything like that unless you absolutely have to. So the Marine comes out. He's going to go back over here to his base. And I was going to say, where's the eBay? So this is the standard eBay, not eBay on 1 racks, but eBay after the second. This Overlord's still here, by the way. I mean, he could see this with the command center, but I guess it's just far away enough that he can't do much with it. Shao threatens a counterattack, but decides to not go for it. Oh, he is going to go for it. Excuse me. But this Wallen's pretty good. And so, in case you're wondering, Lings can't get through here. That's actually why it's shaped like this. It's like this depot has like Mickey Mouse ears. That's Ling tight. And so that's a pretty nice win there. He just gets to massacre the few Zerglings. And now he gets to try to make a threat on the map. And I mean, this sunken colony, I mean, it feels a little bit late. I know sunks make crazy fast. A scan comes down here. Now, when you see that it's morphing, you don't know how far along it is. We didn't see a pre-stim where he might have... Well, he's going to try to do it now. I think if he'd done it like maybe 5 seconds earlier, he probably could have maybe even killed the sunken colony off. And now we've got 5 mutas out. Back at home, turrets are coming down. We're probably going to see this barracks landed over here in a second. And so, you got to be careful. I mean, there's, only 6 Marines, only 6 mutas. But if you can get a good A-click on one of these mutas, you can gun it down. You might be able to get 1 or 2. Shao might just be trying to bait out stims as well here. The medics don't have a ton of energy if you bait out a couple stims early on. So he does get another one off and backs up. I think it's easy for some people to forget that it is a resource that you can actually just drain out, and the medics are basically useless. Speaking of medics, he's going to get both. And now he knows he can basically clean this up. Zhao is so good. And he realizes that there's probably a right-click onto this Mutalisk, so he just sends this one over here and uses the rest to then murder those Marines that were out. Now, Rush still has a decent amount back at home. And here's the third base. So, this is probably one of the better third bases. You do have a ramp, but the ramp's actually very, very big. Meanwhile, Shao is trying to generate threats here. So Rush is trying to pull Marines, sorry, not Marines, SCVs away from mineral patches. Meanwhile, Terran is going to push up. I don't know if Terran has vision of this third base. And so that is... Oops. I'm sorry, guys. I need to click on the... There we go. So he scans the natural over here, and I believe he also scanned up here when I messed up on clicking on the vision. So he's gonna YOLO it over here. I mean, a den starts. This is also an unfortunate place to make the den. The mutas are so far away. Oh my god. And he's just gonna be able to kill this off. Not even canceled. The mutas are trying to make their way all the way back home. I don't think that they're gonna be able to deny this. Instead, yeah, this base is going to be killed. He can't stop this. And the mutas could come back and try to fight this as best they can. There are more than 2 control groups or more than 1 control group of mutas. So what I'm trying to say is, like, he has quite a bit here and here. Did we get the air weapons upgrade? It just now finished. Barely caught it. So there's still 2 drones, so he can remake the hatchery. But honestly, losing the third hatchery is really bad. We've got the hive started here as well. Even if you can't get the third hatchery up in time, you need to get that hive out. Terran has quite a bit back at home, too. And so a couple more scans are going to come down. He probably wanted to get confirmation. Okay, is he actually going to go here? There's just been more mutas made. So I wonder if there's going to be some kind of like a 2-base all-in. I had imagined there would be drones hatching at that third base, but it doesn't seem to be the case. Okay, so the mutas are just going to stay out for now. Again, the longer we go without a third base, the more dire it becomes. But, I think Shao has to basically make a choice. Do I try to play from behind, or do I try to close this one out? Again, Rush has quite a bit. We're getting to the starport tech, and you could see he got the armory, so we're going to see Valkyries come out. And, the Valkyrie play, it's really hard to deal with if you're going for mutas. I just feel like Rush is kind of on a very good path towards victory here. He tries to take a fight on the bridge and actually trades out a number of mutas, and now the lurkers are going to be morphing right over here. So I don't know. I feel like Xiao might have shot himself in the foot. I guess really it's more important that you don't let that base go down, because now as these hatches, these lurkers hatch, I mean, they're just going to be killed off. You could cancel them, but you're going to lose the Hydras there as well. Another Hydra goes down. Let's see. Maybe he can try to get them to burrow in time. No, not even remotely close. It doesn't look like he has vision of this one up here. Oh, no, he does. You can see that the egg is a pretty good battery for damage. And now he's just going to go for this Overlord. I mean, the Lings are just not a threat either. I would not be surprised if he taps out. That's going to be a GG. Do not lose your third hatchery. Again, it's tough for Zerg to find a place that's safe, but he did take that before the den was even out. You could have stopped that as a Zerg with just the Mutalisks that you had, but you have to know where the Terran is. If you don't know that the Terran's out that far, you will lose your base. There's no way Zerg can try to like counter into the Terran's main and kill him that way. There's too many turrets. And so that is that. Again, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and let me know what you think in the comments section about that game. I hope you have an amazing day. And, oh yeah, check out tastelessthreads.com where we got this cool Gosu shirt and a bunch of other stuff. Bye-bye.